Good morning, students. Today I am going to start the topic Impact of Colonial Education Policies. Now, as we have studied in the Wood's Dispatch, the new we can say that education system was established and it was passed. So now let us see about what was the impact on the education policies. Now, let us take a look at some of the changes the British were able to bring about in the realm of education in India. So now here we have few points that what changes the British were able to bring in the realm of the education in India, or in the, we can say that in the field of the education system. Now, the first point is state supervision and funding of education was initiated and no longer remained a local or regional affair. So the funding of the education was initiated at we can say that state level, and it was no longer the regional affair, means the matter related to a small region. Now, the format of teaching changed completely, means the way in which the education was imparted to the children or the student, it has completely changed. The first thing is teaching was done through textbook. Earlier we know that we have studied that the teaching was done through the recitation, but the things changed and teaching was done through the textbook. Next thing is students were expected to attend schools regularly. So in the earlier education method, it was not necessary for the students to attend the school regularly. But under this system, it was necessary for the student to attend the school regularly. Next, students were expected to pay fixed monthly fees. Further, in the previous education system, no fees was charged. It was on the community based. But in new education system, it was expected that every student should pay the fixed amount of fees monthly, like you pay today. Now, students were expected to appear for exams held to test their ability. Further, the students had to appear in the exam, like you appear in the exam today, so that your ability could be tested, that how much you have learned. Now, school buildings came up and a new type of discipline was imposed. So at this time only the school buildings were started to construct and new type of discipline started. Now, some positive impact of education, English education on Indians were. So let us see what was the positive impact of the English education on Indians. Now, coming into contact with rational and scientific ideas and with developments in the Western science and technology. So with the introduction of the Western education, the Indian got the scientific ideas and they developed the Western, we can say that the thinking or thought related to the Western technology. Now, becoming familiar with the writings of Western philosophers such as Rousseau, Voltaire and Paine, which inspired Indians' national movement. So they became familiar. The Indians became familiar with famous writers of the Western and the philosophers such as Rousseau, Voltaire and Paine, who inspired Indians for the national movement of the country. Now, the emergence of the English as a common language among educated Indians that helped to spread new ideas among the people living in different parts of India and force bond of unity among them. So what happened? Another thing that happened is the emergence of English as a common language. So English emerged as a common language among the educated Indian, and that helped them to communicate or to share their ideas or to spread their ideas with the people, different people, those who live throughout the country or throughout the world also, we can say, as English was, we can say that the language that everyone understood in the world, and its forced bonds of unity among them. Its first bonds of unity means it united them completely. Now, tomorrow I will be covering the topic of negative impacts of education system. Thank you.